Hey you guys, it is Klaireeberry. It has been a while. Today is my birthday, so I just wanted to stop in and say hi and do a real quick video. We're gonna do the low communication reading for the week. Wow, got cards flipping over. We got the Queen and the Two. Definitely feeling like, wow, Divine Masculine's really wanting to, he's visualizing, but he's also figuring out how his vision can relate to what he or she wants and how to push that forward. But his action, like Divine Masculine, should be making moves here, you know, some kind of moves. Now, you may not see that. Divine Feminine is looking away. Okay, looking away, paying attention to her own inner thoughts, inner emotions, maybe doing some inner healing work, which is really important. She's, you know, Divine Feminine is not waiting, is not over, you know, compensating, is not doing everything for, you know, Divine Masculine and to, you know, ensure and this and that. No, like she's got emotional work to do that she knows is very, very important. And that's where we're at. So you're here, you're on the level. What's been going on lately? 2 overall. So, you guys, it's in reverse. It's coming. It's coming. This is yours. Don't doubt it. I know we all have our moments of doubt, and that's part of it too. The ups and the downs. It's a ride, isn't it? But it is there for the greatest good of everything and everyone. And this is a very peaceful, knowing, very bonded, familial feeling. This is the reality of the bond. This is the love, you know. This is what's important. This is that vulnerability, that intimacy that we've been trying to foster. And oftentimes we feel, especially lately, like Divine Feminine has been pushing and maybe resisting a little bit in order to try to push and get Divine Masculine to be opened up a little bit on that emotional side. We've been doing this, that's kind of the summary of the whole season that we've been going through here. But now, again, we have this little inkling of starting to have this new follow through. And the follow through is so important because we can sit here and talk about having new beginnings all day long. But until we actually do something differently, do stuff differently. This is at the bottom of the deck, overlying, underlying. This is our new beginning, and this is again, and a lot of the new moon, the solar eclipse that we had over the weekend. A lot of that had to do, and with how we have so many planets in retrograde right now, and it's redoing, relearning, re-experiencing, rethinking this over, totally re-experiencing, saying, you know, this cycle again. This is the things we're like, oh, that cycle. Yep, this is that momentum, say mojo, you know, but it is. I want you to be really open to change and be really one with it. Okay, because that's what's going on. You have to be open to it. We're letting, you know, the 10 is the culmination, you know, and this has to do with what we think we want sometimes, you know, maybe has changed a little bit, and now we're moving on, you know, we're moving on to a better idea, a better again, more like interpersonal, more having to do with the relationship, you know, and the emotions and all of this. But it's that emotional vulnerability that has got to be there in order to get what is really necessary. And again, it has to do with intimacy. And it's so easy to run from the intimacy, and that's what we're trained to do in our society. But this takes, you know, it takes that bravery. And, you know, a lot of times on Divine Feminine side, it also takes bravery and being, you know, knowing that, you know, you don't need the person, you know, you don't need your person. You are a whole person, you know, and that's the paradox, you know, once you realize that you can get along without it and all of that, then things start, oh, okay, yeah, it makes sense, and falling into place. All right, so we are going to look specifically at Divine Masculine here on their mind. Okay, so overall, yeah, they're thinking about like a long struggle that they've kind of been on, possibly with their person, how things can kind of change. There's kind of this energy like, which way is this gonna go? Like we don't know. So things are kind of up in the air as far as your future, as far as like where kind of things are up in the air, where the chips are gonna land. Nobody really knows, but we want to go with it here. I want to do this the right way here. That's right. So yeah, definitely there's money on the mind. There's on Divine Masculine's mind, there's like, again, like all of the normal pulls of life, 3D life here on earth. The money, the job, the career, all the pentacles, the fame or the reputation, social life, and all of those sorts of things. But there is also this pull, and this is to me just saying, Cancer season's here, and we can't deny there's this pull, on the emotions, even into our mind that we experience. Your mind is obviously affected because everything is holistic. That's why we talk about the holistic law of attraction. Okay, so emotionally, yeah, there's a little bit of like mumbo jumbo here. Like they're kind of, I feel like Divine Masculine's a little like their mind. It's like their mind is, one way, and then their emotions are more mental, and vice versa. But yeah, interesting. Divine Masculine might be really wanting to find a truth or get past some of the crossroads here and just get to having fun. Like that's what's kind of on their heart. I think that's what that's what they need. That's what they feel that they need anyway, right? Okay, so pretty clear there. Let's see. So about Divine Feminine specifically, what's on their mind? Divine Masculine, what's on Divine Masculine's mind specifically regarding Divine Feminine? How are they thinking about them? Okay, so we got King of Pentacles and Four of Pentacles. So there's definitely this sturdy, stable, capable, as like they think you're a boss kind of type of a thing here. Like that's how that's coming across. And also, like this can go deep or maybe not as deep, but this is for Pentacles, that's a good, kind of like that. They think you got all your shit together, your stuff is together, where it's going to be, at least your energy, is in the right place, your heart in the right place, your mental is pretty good, in the right place. And, starting to maybe better and better, more and more, just do more of the right thing. And I think that is being noticed here, apparently. So specifically about the relationship, they think. Okay, so it's kind of still this gamble, but they want to let go of toxic cycles here. Okay, they're still not to the point where like they are ready to like take this plunge. Sorry if you can't see it so much. So, it's not like, don't think of it as a bad thing, but there has to be more of a letting go. Like in our society, masculines in general are really taught to, have this tough exterior and, act in a lot of certain really specific ways. And that type of stuff has got to go. That type of stuff has got to go. There has to be this real deep pull just towards authenticity, totally authentic, not being caught up in all of that mental, all of that keeping up with the Joneses, anything like this. Like we got to keep on going deep, and we got to figure out, the subconscious, as much as we try to run from ourselves and our work that we need to do and our shadows, everything comes out in the wash. Like you find out the truth, everything eventually, so you might as well just like take the plunge and figure it out now, and it'll make your journey so much easier. If you kind of act without abandon, really here, in order to not submit to your subconscious, but I feel like it's more like tricky. Like once you figure out your subconscious, they can't trick you anymore. So you've got the upper hand. So that's how that's coming across. So keep up any of the good work. Shadow work, shadow work, shadow work. I have a whole playlist on shadow work. Check it out. Very, very important. If you want to go straight to the juicy stuff, then go down below in the description box and find the program. So yeah, we're going to go a little bit further here. I wanted to do emotions about the relationship. So how's it feeling about the relationship? Oh, okay. So they know they've got to get better. They know the relationship is going to get better here. And it's still how they're feeling right now is like really, really kind of that nostalgia, really feeling fresh, really feeling excited, really feeling just that pure caring, you know, that innocent love and caring for someone that's just, you know, and again, this is a lot of feeling, you know, for that to come up, these are feelings. And that's again, like can almost make divine masculine out of whack if they're feeling so much and they're not used to feeling so much. So, you know, again, there has to be this kind of, okay, you know, this moment, you know, and not just a moment because you'll have to revisit it, you know, when the retrogrades come around again. But yeah, things, it's like, okay, really? Wow, it's about to be better than I ever thought again. And there might be this kind of hesitation on some level about that cycle happening again, some negative aspect of the cycles happening again. But overall, I think the truth is in the feeling that's coming from the heart, you know, that's just really what ultimately we end up listening to, because it's kind of hard to ignore at the end of the day, you know, when it's pulling you somewhere and showing you and saying, look, you know, it's about to get real freaking good over here, you know, like this is where you want to be. This is the path. You want to make sure you got the right shoe, you know, got the right gear for this path and all of that. Like it's, again, there's a swelling up of this feeling, and it's kind of like this proud and confident and really, you know, this stable and steady energy kind of coming back around again about the relationship. So all sunshine and dandy and all, but let's talk about the blockages. We're going to take 3. Okay, there might be some expectations. There might be some tower moments that we're perpetually falling from. We haven't let go. The steam, you know, like the smoke when you're trying to put out the fire, like it just won't go out, you know. It's like we have to keep on digging here. And as far as, you know, we need to not only know the truth. This is past knowing the truth. This is past, you know, studying and learning. So we're really in a point where we're putting it forth. We really are putting it forth in what we're doing and what we're choosing, and really what emotional frequency, you know, you're allowing yourself to be on. So, you know, this was going to be pretty quick. So I could go on and on and on, but there's a lot of, you know, anytime you need to let stuff go, you know, really just cling to the shadow work and the inner child healing, and make sure and protect yourself and know what you're doing. And that's why you want to get the program. So let me know. I think, yeah, I don't know. I'll talk about that later in a different video. But yeah, so let's get to solutions. We talked about blockages. Again, be careful of being any type of, you know, overly zealous right now. I think overly zealous about health or overly zealous about money, you know, and trying to, like, again, any type of that keeping up with the Joneses, any type of the, you know, selfish ego type of stuff coming through. Like, we're just going to let that go with the past, learn from it, and remember that, you know, to have expectations and thinking, I want this, when in reality, you don't even know if you really want that or not. You just think you do because of different social conditionings that we have. It's really learning to not be so, you know, expectational, you know, of others, and really communicate, you know, be clear about what your needs are, and what, you know, what you can and can't tolerate, kind of thing, like just right up from the get-go. Pretty important, you know, the way we frame things is like, remember, you're the one who gets to frame, you know, how you want to see things, how you want things to go. And it's not like, it's almost like, again, like kind of tricking your brain, you know, but it's not, it's just working with it. So yeah, things are going to be, going well here if this energy is keep going like this. But again, there are some reminders of this past, and again, this falling, like forever. But we can obviously put a stop to it, but it's not going to stop unless we change our ways. It's not going to stop unless we go deeper. We can't have the shallow, even like with anything, there has to be deeper reasons, why we make all of our choices, and our habits are setting up a lot of habits and patterns again now in this next new, like 4 to 6 weeks or so in this period that we're having after this new moon that we just had in Cancer. So again, there'll be a lot of emotional stuff, but there's kind of a balance here with emotional and then how we're like spending our currency, and our emotional currency is our energy. So be sure, and when you're presented with something that makes you happy, amplify that, focus on it. What you focus on flourishes, right? So, and when you have something that you don't want, it's not like, oh, hey, don't focus on this. That would be the natural inclination. But no, we focus on it in the right light. We wait till the smoke clears, we figure out what happened, and we go really deep, because it's going to be an emotional issue, because really all we do is just repeat our same emotional traumas like over and over in our head, because we latch on to them emotionally, these thoughts that we have, or that we had in the past, and they get basically stuck to us, because we don't even know any better than to try to change our thoughts. We just keep thinking the same thoughts. And, studies show that we have largely like these, like subconscious thoughts that just replay tens and tens and tens of thousands of times in our head. And it's largely the same every day. So you want to make sure that programming, whatever you're allowing in, is really, really good. And, it's this wholesome and true. And there's going to be a lot of times, if you notice, there's something's good, there's going to be like multiple things, saying, yes, 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 do that. Multiple things, the synchronicities, the second witness, as some call it, really important, and again, celebrate the little things and learn from all of the mistakes. Don't gloss them over, and don't be afraid to dive into some of that deeper inner healing. Again, you want to do it guided. Again, hit me up down below. Got the program for you. We're going to take it with solutions to ended up, oh, you got to do it again. Didn't want to shuffle. Ain't taking it. Perfect. Okay. So, okay, keep on working. This is work. This is action. This is spirituality. This is growth. This is a time for spiritual growth. When we're in Cancer, when we're in water signs, you absolutely look, water. This just makes so much sense here. You are the key. You are controller of every emotion, every thought, every build, every molecule that makes up, every water droplet in the ocean, like all of this type of idea. Like you can it's like the monks that can really control their chi. Like you can really do this with your feelings and become like super powerful right now if you work on this healing and do the work. This is do the work, and look how it's elevating you. You have that upper ground when you do the spiritual work. Sevens are spiritual. Okay, it's about that mysticism, about that extra, the higher mind, the higher ground. Again, just lots and lots of growth is capable here. Keep on focusing on the growth. Keep on focusing on the really healing the emotional. I mean, there's no other way. Again, we've gotten past the point where it's just like, okay, we're going to, think about this and we're going to talk about it. This is really the heart of, the epicenter. And again, your mind has to be right, but it should have been right, so if you're behind, then do some work, do some shadow work, get caught up and get ready for this Cancer season, because it has started and you want to be prepared for Cancer season, y'all. So do the work. This is so clear. You'll be sitting pretty, if you just do the work now, spiritual work, and then you'll be, again, large and in charge. Okay, so I hope this was good for you. Please let me know. Take care. I'll talk to you guys soon. Bye.